So today we are talking about a very catching issue this week. That was the postponement of the Afreximbank meeting, a new meeting that was scheduled for 21st to 24th June in Egypt. And joining us today is someone from the civil society organization. Maybe you'd like to introduce himself.
Thank you so much. John Kwitoku is my name. I work with the Rehoboam Governance Institute, an NGO based in Uganda. We promote just energy transition, and now we ensure that community needs are fostered in line with clean energy.
Okay. So following the postponement of the meeting, the annual meeting in Egypt, how did you feel about the postponement when you first heard that it had been postponed? What was your reaction to it?
Well, it was a mix up of, I was a bit mixed up and confused as a delegate. I noticed that as delegates, especially from EGI, Roman Governance Institute, we had already made extensive preparations together with other delegates from Tanzania and East Africa, and noticing that the Afreximbank information and the Republic of Egypt had informed us about the evolving situation of Ebola, that we know to make the meeting continue forward. We felt a bit disappointed. However, we also recognize that it's key to prioritize health within Africa, and their decision is very key to safeguard the community, because Ebola is also a risk friend. But also we also call investors prioritize investments, and that actually safeguard the lives of communities.
Okay, that's a fair way of looking at it. And before all this came up, and the disappointment against the bigger public health picture, what were expectations going into this meeting?
Well, I had a number of expectations. Number one, this meeting was a very strategic annual general meeting, considering that Afreximbank has been a key African-based financing institution in Uganda, and even across Africa. There's been financing a number of fossil fuel developments, especially in Nigeria, a Dangote oil development, East African crude oil pipeline in Uganda, and the Mozambique liquefied natural gas project, and many others. So it was a very good opportunity for us. What I would expect was to directly engage them and challenge their financing models to fossil fuel developments. Then secondly, my expectation was to meet a diverse group of civil society organizations who were supposed to participate in that annual general meeting and jointly come up with actions that would foster Afreximbank policies in financing clean energy. So I'll basically look at that and meeting new leaders within the African context and dialogue with them directly.
Yes. Okay.
So that was basically my expectation before.
Well, with very high level access like that, it was a really big, real momentum for civil society to be there. Unfortunately, based on the realities, we could not be there. But Joan, I would like to ask you, what would you say is the single biggest opportunity specifically for EGA or other civil society organization in Africa?
Well, to me, there were a number of missed opportunities that came in due to the postponement of much anticipated Afreximbank meeting. Number one, actually, we missed an opportunity to debate on a key topical issues. Number one, on the role of development financial institutions in addressing the realities of African climate, the reality of African climate context, sitting, managing debts, sitting climate response, and so on. Then also, the missed opportunity here was like to directly engage these Afreximbank stakeholders to understand what is their plan, what is their financial priorities. Are they aligned with climate change sensitive and safe priorities? Are they aligned with green investments? So basically, we missed to debate along those lines, and we missed also to understand different perspectives from different civil society leaders on what shift Africa and development financing institutions should take in order to achieve inclusive and financial priorities that respond to the needs of our local communities in Africa. So that was a missing opportunity in debating along those topical issues that were already pre-planned ahead of the annual general meeting.
That's a very meaningful gap to share with everyone, especially the momentum like that had already been built up over time. So, John, I would also like to ask, given the meeting isn't happening as planned, what are you and your colleagues now actually asking Afreximbank to do instead?
While the postponement has taken place, the already planned key issues to discuss are urgent and very sensitive to shape the African future and climate financing. Number one, having noticed that we as civil society organization, specifically the Environment Governance Institute, we have written a response letter to Afreximbank calling upon them to create avenues or virtual avenues of fostering discussions along those of the key topics that we felt are very, very pivotal in fostering the discussions, even amidst the postponement of the physical meeting. Number one, some of the key topics we identified was what are the roles of the development financing institution in fostering just energy transition? Secondly, are all the orders of development financing institutions still relevant or they need to shift? Then also wanted to know in this emerging just energy transfer discussion, what should Afreximbank focus? What are the key priorities should Afreximbank focus on foster just energy transition in Africa?
Yes.
So basically, our key actions are looking at Afreximbank should align their finances to green development. They should align their finances to 1.5 degrees Celsius warming limit, Paris warming limit. Then also they should ensure that their investments are inclusive and they respond to the needs of people and they safeguard the planet and they do not cause harm to the future of the people. So basically, that's what our message is to Afreximbank.
Okay, John, that's a very clear set of asks to do. But before we wrap this up, I would also like to ask you, what's that one thing you'd like our listeners to take home? A key takeaway for them from this conversation? What should be the key takeaways and what do you think you're going forward?
Well, in conclusion, my message to all viewers across African continent, in the face of the evolving Ebola health situation, I call upon first of the community, general public, to take precautions, health precaution. Health comes first before development, and take priorities to ensure that you be safe against this prevailing disease. And secondly, I call upon the general stakeholders, different governments in Africa, to align their investments to climate safe priorities, to align their investments to net zero emissions, so that the emerging African challenges of climate change, indebtedness, and stranded assets do not reoccur. We are looking at an Africa that should be fostered into clean developments and a climate safe future. That's what I should tell to the general public and the governments in Africa.
Okay, get that. Thank you so much, Nkita, for joining us for this small conversation. I wish EGA the best in their campaign, and I hope you achieve what you're looking for. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.